was skeletons found in his like literal skeletons found in his
in his
closet.
cupboard.
No, literally. I think that's where the term came from. Skeletons in your closet probably came from Dahmer.
Probably so, I think, by the sounds of it. I mean, but there's so many these sort of characters from history. You know, I would have thought that they would have maybe started investigating on what made their brains function. I mean, I hope in the future there be a program, you know, that can make us understand how they functioned.
Well, here's one for you, right? So there's a guy in Germany, I think it was Germany, and he used to look after kids in the area, and he's in jail now for being a cannibal. He killed somebody, right, and he ate them, and he said that he didn't want to go out and murder somebody that didn't want this to happen to them, but he had an urge to eat human flesh. And he went on the dark web and he came across a forum, and there was a guy in it willing, who was into like pain shit, like into like pain BDSM, that was willing to die, the ultimate sacrifice. And he came to his house and he killed him and he ate him, and he ate his body in special occasions. And that guy looked after kids in the area. And the people of the area said, I probably would still trust him with my kids.
Wow.
Because he even said it himself, I didn't want to go out and harm a man or a woman that didn't want to be harmed. They had to come to me and say, I'm willing to be ate. And somebody actually came to him and says, I'm willing to be ate. So he ate them. But he also looked after the kids in the area, and he never touched them.
That's crazy. I mean, to think on one hand he's capable of doing this, but that yet on the other hand he's portraying to be like a carer, like he cares. I mean, I can honestly say I could trust my kid in the presence of somebody like that. How do they control their mind?
He didn't
how
have
can
any
they
background,
control
though.
this?
He didn't have a background
Yeah.
of killing people. He just, that one person, he said, I had the urge to eat human flesh. I didn't want to kill an innocent person or somebody that didn't want it. So I went on the dark web and sourced somebody that was willing to be ate. They came to my house. I killed them in a bath, when consensually, as he said. And it was all written down in letters, that the guy even wrote a letter to, and it was confirmed to be his handwriting, that he said this was all consensual. He chopped your guy up and he ate him like on Christmases and Easter and all the Christian holidays, and all the while looking after everybody's kids, and all the kids loved them, and he never harmed any kid or anybody that didn't want to be harmed.
That's weird. I mean, to sit here, I'd have to say I can't believe it, but obviously I do believe it, because how can you control that? You know, you go out your way to murder and eat somebody, but yet on the other hand, you're as caring as bloody the next parent. I mean, that's just.
But there's something to
Man,
be said about that, though. He, like, obviously it's fucked up, man. It's fucked. That is fucked up. But it's like, what's worse, Dahmer that went out and done it, the people that didn't want that to happen to them. Like, it was so sad. The story of Dahmer was so sad, where that young gay man, and he was an up and coming model. He was a wee deaf guy. He was a deaf guy, and he was like a handsome guy, and Dahmer killed him and ate him. Or no, I don't think he ate him, but he killed him and he butchered him. And it's like, these people had so much going for them. Do you know what I mean? And that's the definition of pure evil. Where this guy from Germany, where it's fucked up what he done, at least he had the morality and the sort of the goodness in him to go, well, I'm not going to eat people that don't want to be ate. But who the fuck wants?
So the one from Germany basically offered the service in one way, shape, or form.
The guy from Germany, I forget his name. He sourced somebody that was into pain, and the guy said, I want to die because it's the ultimate fucking orgasm or something, right? Which is weird as fuck. I don't even know how, like, that's just strange to me, right?
See, me or you, we would sit there and convince the person otherwise, wouldn't we? You know,
Well,
we'd convince them, you know, to get help, and you know, don't think like this. But it seems like this guy was willing, you know, to go out of his way to accommodate that person's request.
This was he sourced this guy on the dark web. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm
Man,
trying to say. The dark web. These motherfuckers are coming from the dark web and infiltrating surface web apps. That's what I mean. Do you know what I mean? You can find this shit on Telegram now. Do you know what I mean? But he had him, and it was his only victim, and the guy wanted that to happen. So, okay, he deserves prison time for it, but he deserves to spend the rest of his life in prison. He's a very fucked up individual, but I don't think it's as bad as Dahmer, though, is it?
Probably not. I mean, other people, I can only say my opinion. You know, whereas Damer was doing something that these people didn't want to happen. You know, they didn't want to be murdered. They didn't want to be raped. They didn't want to be cut up. Whereas the one from Germany is obviously catering for the market of people that, you know, wanted to be killed in it.
Yeah,
So Daimler's definitely worse, yeah, for sure.
100%, mate. 100%.
And I don't agree with any of that. I mean, I don't.
Of course, mate. Of course.
Other than
Listen.
what you've just mentioned now about the dark web, I mean, that's the first that I've heard of the dark web. To be honest with you, you know, I might